and the last time I saw him, there was no, there was no communication, you know, and it was really strange to see him then from when we used to hang out, you know. So anyway, your dad was cool. He was real cool, and we took nice walks together. And one time, yeah, I almost forgot. He had amazing eyes. He saw $50 bill, and then he kind of gave me half, and I took half because at that time I wasn't working. So I mean, that's all I got.
Wow.
That's great.
That's great.
How about over here somewhere?
I'm glad to have known Garth's parents and his dad, and it's nice. It's nice when you get to know people. It's nice when you see them around. We went to like some plays together and had some things, dinner, and of course to your wedding and everything, stuff like that we have done together. But to see how that is all reflected like in Garth and in his children and that, it's like always good. It's like, when you said that the whole thing about you leave a part of you behind or you look up, that it's always nice because I always think whenever I see you walking sometimes, and I see you walking down the street, and I always think that you look like your dad. I was like, wow, you look exactly like your dad. It's like, you think like, how are you going to look when you get old? And I was like, wow, you look exactly like your dad. So there's that. And I remember once we were at a play, and he said we were all leaving and that, and we were picking up, like everybody's picking up their stuff to go. And your mom forgot something, and he was like, getting old is not for sissies. Yeah, it's like, oh, you go. So, but it was like great. It's great to know him, and it's great to know his family. So,
Thank you. Go ahead, Malcolm.
I will say that Betty Davis said that getting old ain't for sissies, and Chad lived next door to Betty Davis in Laguna Beach. First time I was in a room with him, he mentioned Laguna Beach, and I said, the Goonie bitch? That cracked him up. He liked that. He liked to tell a story about when he first started going with my mom. I didn't know him then, but he said he told me a little later on when we got to know each other. I used to see this kid on the street with big red hair, and had tree branches strapped to his head and bells around his waist, singing at the top of his lungs. And I turned to Susan and say, "Look at that." She said, "That's my son." So Chad and I go way back. I met him when I was 18, right? So that's a long time. And I do remember we had great late night talks. For some reason, when I was staying out all night and come home late, he would be up in the kitchen, sitting there, thinking or whatever. And we just started talking about life, and he loved to philosophize and go back and forth about life. And we continued having those talks for